Hello, 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 and welcome to my Is Your Ex Coming Back series for September. As you know, guys, I'm reading signs in order, how many clicks and likes and comments you had in the previous reading. So don't forget to push your sign forward by just doing exactly that. So subscribe, like, click. So okay, guys, if you're the first time here and first time seeing this series, I'm going to explain these cards because they're significators. But before I do that, I just want to let you know that this reading is not for you if you do not want your ex come back. But if, for example, if your ex is still calling you and want to get in touch with you, or you're still having second thoughts and you want to know really what is in their head, then this is actually a good reading to look into. So not only your sign but their sign. It's also good to check your ascendant and your moon sign because it's a general reading. Okay, so these cards here are called significators. What does it mean? That means they're going to be the same in each and every reading. Just trying to put some paper here so we actually can see these significators if it's going to collaborate with me. And is it? Well, maybe. So significators are going to be just like a chapter title on a chapter in a book, right? Where these cards are going to be identical in each and every reading. I'm not reading these cards. This basically took me forever. Like, this is actually my secret sauce, if you wish. I had to find a combination of these elements and cards that I can squeeze out so I can actually give you a really educated opinion about what's going to happen. This is not clear cut. This is not yes or no. Sometimes certain things need to happen in order for things to develop, right, in between the partners. So hence, I actually guide you through the process. So these are 7 cards. The first one is the Magician. In this category, I really want to figure out if your relationship was ever a starter, right? If you get kind of cards that are tricky over here, it's going to make me think, why do you really want to continue with this? Then I am using here Temperance reversed, right? Temperance upright is always kind of like, hey, you know, things are merging and lining up and all the stars are there. When in this category I'm putting this reversed, I want to figure out, even if you have everything favorable over here, what would need to be remedied in order to actually move forward. So this is going to be one significator, second significator. Either one can be you. You don't have to go with, oh, it's a girl, so I have to be a girl, kind of a thing. You are going to know which one is which. Then this is going to tell me the energy and the flow of information between the two of you, communications and stuff like that. And then these are 2 really important categories as well. Judgment is going to tell me, hey, is karmically this really in the best alignment with you? And you guys really should check my karmic readings as well, because it really tells you much bigger picture, right? You know, when they say you don't see forest from the tree, that's because you are too close to the problem, right? And if you're involved, let's say you really want this partner, then you're not able to kind of like see how that's going to be seen 20 years from now. Or maybe you should ask yourself, if you're as old as I am, well, do you still really want your boyfriend from 20 years ago? Or now you're kind of like, phew, he's gone, kind of a thing, right? So that's kind of a category where that's going to tell us that. And here is going to be about the next steps. So this is it in a nutshell. So hopefully we can start. And if you have any other questions, again, please give me your likes, shares, comments, and we can go from there. Hi Pisces, let's get your reading. You made it in the number 10. You're number 10, so you're like the 10th sign in order of how much signs like me. And if you think you cannot come to number 1, think again. I had a Leo, I think number 1, and I released them as I usually first to sign, release right away. And I think the last sign was Cancer. That's right, it was Cancer. They have been released almost 20 days later. Hey, 20 days. Am I right? 20, 11, and 8, 19 days later. And guess what? Cancer is number 1 now. Cancer is going to get the reading first. So guys, all you need to do is check your subscription. That's the first thing, because I was told that this is happening, YouTube is kind of like a little bit freaked out. So in the very first link in the description, just kind of check that link. I don't think you can click it over there, but please check if you're subscribed, because that's happening. This dude really wants to come out over here. Click and like and subscribe and comment, and just kind of like make sure you come up first. So I really think that one Gemini woman, she was like leaving like 10, 15 comments. I said, no, we are going to be seen first. And Gemini, I think, was number 3. This dude keeps coming out, and that's the significator over here. And it's like something about the family. So I really want to see what's going on. So it looks to me, especially if you're asking about this person who is on your mind, that maybe it could be somebody more serious, maybe a person you live with or married to, but maybe the person whose family was influencing the situation. Look at that. And that card is coming out first. So you're really thinking about long term. You're really thinking how everything fits in a bigger picture. Like, look at this, you're having that wisdom coming through, the Hermit card. And Hermit to me is about being alone. And many people connect alone with loneliness, but they're like two entirely different concepts. Alone time for me is like, hey, I'm getting a pedicure done, right? Leave me alone, please, nobody call me. I kind of like really want to enjoy this massage chair and kind of like what's going on, right? That's kind of like what's happening there. And loneliness is like when you think that you want to be with somebody and it's not there. But this is not what I see over here, and this is like a really interesting over here. Are you dealing with a person who either had, again, I'm seeing there is like somebody possibly from the past pulling the strings. The Devil card is never a good card. It really talks about exes and ex-partners who are still influencing the situation. Devil card can talk about some kind of like dependencies, like alcohol or drugs, but like we all have some kind of form of addiction. Too much work, too lazy, not patient enough, right? You name it. Kind of like there are lots of things that are really happening in a situation. But when the Devil card reverses, kind of like these chains are finally falling off, that kind of like thing is falling off. Maybe you have been dealing with somebody who hasn't been vulnerable, right? Because both of you are coming here as major arcanas. Major arcanas are those first 22 cards that are really talking, look, this is not optional, you gotta do that. And so here is really telling me that kind of like this whole connection is representing a really big switch in your life, right? I really feel that you guys, you really want to be romanced. This is you. Look at that little fishy jumping out. It's a gentle energy, but there was like something where you couldn't display being you. There was like something that was happening, and this is why you kind of like went into this solitude, went into that introspection. But this introspection is really important, because look what he has in his lantern. He has a star, and that star is, hey, I actually know where I'm going. And guess what is the best antidote to darkness? Light. So you're really coming up with this light. And here, I don't know, like this is especially probably a message to those of you who you are married, or who are dealing with somebody who is possibly married or involved in a different situation, because I see here Queen of Pentacles showing up, and to me this is a proverbial wife that shows up and slams her fist. But this proverbial wife, when she comes reverse, right, she is really behaving like this, and she wants what she wants when she wants it, and he can be in the middle of making love with you, but she's going to invent a reason to interrupt it. And it seems to be lots of anger in the situation coming from her side to kind of like affect him. And I really think this dude is exhausted. This dude is like wondering what is the best for him to do, right? Because that's why we have this Four of Swords. Four of Swords is like the ultimate guy, is like, leave me alone, I'm turning off the phone, I'm turning off everything, right? So both of you are sort of like, looks like not really in touch, I would say, because of this. So something has to happen. Like, I mean, this guy has to go. I really think you have been dealing with somebody who has been going through darkness, and the only concern that I have over there is like this person kind of keeps jumping, and maybe that's normal. Like, you know, if you're drowning, you really keep jumping up for an air. It's important. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Sophie. Hi, Sophie. She's showing up on every reading this time around. So let's see, because this person has to have something in their life that's going to represent happiness, right? But it looks like that you kind of had enough of it. You kind of like are saying, look, if this is the best I can do, oh my goody, oh my god, is this the best I can do? Well, maybe I should stay alone, right? Because there's like something that is really bothering you. Look at that hope that I was telling you. This guy has to kind of get into that state. Maybe you're dealing with Aquarius, guys. Maybe you're dealing with Sagittarius or Capricorn. I mean, you have fire, air, and earth signs over here really prominently displayed, right? Now, this person is actually really feeling rejected. I am at this stage really feeling that there is that intricacies of three parties. I can see that, and that's why, how do you build anything? And that's why it's a conflict. It's a conflict of values. It's a conflict of, hey, what the heck is going on here? Like, what's going on? Are you with me? Are you not with me? Right? So hence there is like kind of like that whole feeling of things really need to get better. And I really think that both of you, instead of orienting each other toward each other, because the High Priestess is a very important card, right? That's like that, you know, subconscious stuff that happens. She's kind of guardian of that world, right? Somebody who is very intuitive. But when this reverses, it's really talking about somebody who just simply cannot connect the dots. And you will tell something to this person, they will not trust you. It's also about secrets. It's also about loss. And I really think you're fed up with this. And maybe that's what's going to affect him. It's kind of really weird, because I really don't see that there is like a communication really happening over here. I really see each one of you is like to your own, and you're dealing with things differently, and they are really dealing with something. Codependency is a big deal, and there is like that, you know, when can you say no? Many people don't dare to say no for any of the reasons, from, hey, I'm not going to be liked, to you name it, right? Kind of like, hey, you know, I really want to sleep with my ex-wife. So it can be a whole bunch of that stuff. I really like this combination, right? So to me, this is really telling me that this person actually is going through a personal transformation. Maybe this is happening because you're completely fed up and you're going through your own transformation, right? And for you, it's going to be sort of like, look, we either do it together, or I really don't need you. I just don't want somebody who is always hot cold and things are happening. I really need to know where I'm standing, what's going on, how to move forward. This is like lots of conflicts, lots of, yeah, somebody could be married. This situation does involve marriage, guys, or serious commitment over here. You do know, guys, what you want. You want this King of Cups. There is another fishy. Look at this. You didn't have enough romance, and you want somebody who is going to write a poem for you. Go to a meadow and get a bouquet of meadow flowers, or in absence of it, you know, go to the supermarket and get some flowers if you cannot afford a nice beautiful bouquet. You need this romance. And ooh, without this romance, to you, things just don't make sense. I mean, you kind of like did consider this person, because you kind of like really felt, you know, financially it makes sense, it's going to be easier, but then it didn't make sense. Then it really, really didn't work. Wow, look at those 4 major arcanas over here. Now, so you have 3 major arcanas over here. You have 3 major arcanas over here. You have 2. So 8 of them. Just in this, look at how many more cards I have. And like we have only like what? 12 or 14 of them left. So you have so many of them. But I will tell you one thing, that I don't have any card that suggests karmic relationship. I do see you saying, look, I really need this to go toward marriage. I really need this. And whatever it is, let's build it. And it does look like, that you're going to win. It's not going to feel like winning. And this is really not situation. It's not the best situation. It's not the best, but look at this 5 and 5 and 5. It can be lots of turbulence. It can be lots of instability. But nonetheless, there is like this essence of they're together. They're together. We see king and queen together. So you're not negotiating what you need. And that's why you're willing to leave, or you maybe even leave at one point saying, that's it, put a fork in me, I'm done. I said what I had to say. You're getting this light. You know what you need in order for you to flourish. You needed water, you needed sun. And this person is giving you dark. And you're saying, look, I need light. I need water. I need air. And they're coming with air and fire and water. They're coming with all of that. And the temperance is saying, hey, I can make it work. Even though you might be very different people, I can make it work. And this is also a marriage card, but unfortunately this Hierophant is falling into things need to be fixed. So there is like some kind of arrangement that has been done that is maybe no longer working. This also can talk about children or one particular child. That's something that kind of like needs to be addressed. So goals have to be set and you guys have to start moving forward. Good news is that this person is kind of like going to cheer up, and maybe the situation they have been in has been affecting them, because yes, look at this, we have this queen and she seemed to be like in between the two of you. That queen could be a mother, his mother, or a member of his family, could be even co-worker, for example, somebody who just go yeah because they have their own agenda, kind of a thing. And you're saying, look, if it's so easy for you to lure you, just a little kind of like treat, like, okay, oh my goodness, right? So how can we go through life when serious problems are going to happen? So I think this is happy ending, guys, but it's happy ending because you found yourself. So don't renege on it. This is really, really important, my dear Pisces. So if you really want more details, guys, check your ascendant and check your moon sign. And if you want your own reading, contact me via cattarot.ca or directly email me to mysticcattarot@gmail.com. Our information is down in the bottom. And please, guys, check if you're subscribed. If you are not already, please subscribe. And if you have been and you haven't seen any of my recommendations on your timeline for a while, please check it, because YouTube just freak out. So I don't know what's going on, but like I've been getting so many people saying to me, hey, I cannot subscribe, or what the heck is going on? So, and don't forget to click and leave comments in order for your monthlies to come up sooner. Thank Pisces for your time. Looking forward to your comments and looking forward to your monthly reading. I love you and all the best this month. Be the sun, be the sun.